Hello, before we begin today's video, can you please like, share, and subscribe to the channel because it actually helps expand the wonderful knowledge of NY and JPA weather and helps yours truly. So I really would appreciate it. So thank you, and as always, stay safe out there. Now let's get to today's video. Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Monday, December 29th, 2025. Just a few notes before we start. I did issue an overview of the storm on Friday, which didn't go exactly as I thought it would, especially for central New Jersey, northern New Jersey, New York City Metro. So definitely check out that. It's in the premium dashboard for all you premium members out there. And also, we get ready for another week, which, by the way, we'll have our discussion live chat tomorrow evening. So that should be fun at 8 p.m. In the meantime, we have a very impressive cold front that is on the move and an included front. Now, what is an included front? Well, we'll just talk about that for a moment. When you have warm air getting lifted between the cooler air that's over us right now, relatively, and the Arctic air that's coming in from the west, the warm air kind of gets trapped right in here, right? So that is essentially what you're seeing with this occluded front. The warmer air, where it's in the 50s, is above the two cooler air masses like this, like a V, and the Arctic air is just plowing through and clearing it all out. So that's when we get an occluded front like this. So right now, our warm air is surging out ahead of these frontal boundaries, setting up foggy conditions and some showers around the area. Winds are starting to increase, so that fog is going to start to break up because of the movement of the atmosphere. But you're still going to see a lot of snow melt and ice melt up here in the northern interior. But the Arctic air is on the way. And with it, periods of showers, and behind it, crashing temperatures and strong winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour sustained, gusts between 30 and 50 miles per hour. We can see this very nicely here on the WeatherTap radar here. You can see the cold air surging in. Let's refresh this real fast. Sorry about that. And you can see our warm front lifting northward. Really nasty ice event up here in New England. We had a bit of a nasty little event as well over the interior last evening as the cold air was driven out. But as you can see now, we're all rain now. All temperatures are above freezing. And then here comes our cold front with our next round of rainfall throughout the entire region. And then the temperatures free fall. So our high temperatures are basically happening now ahead of this frontal structure. Once it moves through, those temperatures are going to be falling through the 40s, the 30s, and into the 20s. And you can see that very nicely here on the infrared satellite picture, that strong cold front is driving through the area. I do want to show you what we call the skew T and why this is really important later on this afternoon and evening for those strong winds. You see here, right here, this is right about the middle of the area, right around Trenton, New Jersey. And you see how this little signal here shows up? This is cold air transport on the skew T. And what you have here is the potential to mix down these strong winds. So as they mix down, that is how you get your wind gusts, right? So this is why we have that potential for wind gusts between 30 and 50 miles per hour. We're going to have very strong cold air transport, or in other words, temperatures falling, which is going to enhance the mixing and make for much chillier conditions for tomorrow. Wind chills are going to be a bit of a problem tomorrow as well. So let's dive into this forecast. For today, periods of showers through the afternoon, heavy at times, high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s over the northern interior, upper 40s to lower 50s in the New York City metro, lower to mid 50s in the Philadelphia metro. Don't get used to those temperatures because by this evening, those temperatures will be free falling through the 40s to 30s and eventually into the 20s tomorrow morning with strong west-northwesterly winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts between 30 and 50 miles per hour. Bring in any loose items that you might have, like your Santa Claus or something like that. You might want to bring that in with your low temperatures ranging from the upper teens to lower 20s over the northern interior, mid to upper 20s along the coast and in your urban areas. Tomorrow afternoon, with that steady cold air transport, we're going to continue to have winds sustained at 10 to 20 miles per hour from the west-northwest, gusts between 30 and 50 miles per hour. Watch out for a few of these snow flurries, maybe even a snow squall. We'll keep an eye on that. Look for high temperatures in the mid to upper 20s over the northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. On Wednesday, New Year's Eve day, Scattered clouds, a few flurries here and there, but nothing too significant. Winds will subside from the west around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Low temperatures will range from the upper teens to lower 20s over the interior, mid to upper 20s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 20s over the northern interior, lower to mid 30s along the coast. For midnight, as we get ready to ring in 2026, expect scattered clouds, a flurry or two, but nothing too crazy. Temperatures generally in the mid 20s. So you definitely want to bundle up for that. Then we get to New Year's Day, and I've been hinting we might want to watch this area, not for a massive winter storm, but I've been very keenly aware that, hey, this is a favorable environment for another one of those pesky inverted troughs that can be a real pain to forecast for. And we are starting to see some signals of that showing up. Usually in these type of models, what we call synoptic scale models this far out, they're very hard to pick up, but I did a premium video discussion showing some of the upper level dynamics here involved. And this type of setup typically impacts a very small location, but if it gets going, it can really impact a lot of people. It can really impact people in a very significant way in a very small area. So this could happen over the Atlantic Ocean, which who cares, is fish, maybe a few fishermen, that's about it. Or it can swing along the coast from JFK down through the central New Jersey coast, or it could swing through New York City down through Trenton. We're not sure yet. But I want you to at least be aware, because typically these type of events, they have very short notice, and you can go from your phone app saying scattered clouds to winter weather advisory or even winter storm warning with very little notice. So just be aware of that potential that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Look for low temperatures on New Year's Day to range from the lower to mid-teens over the northern interior, upper teens to lower 20s in your suburbs, mid to upper 20s in your urban areas and on the immediate coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 20s over the northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. On Friday, the first Friday of 2026, look for scattered cloud cover, a flurry or two, but overall just cold and dry, with low temperatures in the single digits to lower teens over the interior, mid to upper teens everywhere else. Look for high temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 20s over the northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. On Saturday, scattered cloud cover is expected with low temperatures in the lower to mid teens over the northern interior, upper teens to lower 20s in your suburbs, lower to mid 20s along the coast and in your urban areas. High temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 20s over the northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s in the New York City metro, lower to mid 30s in the Philadelphia metro. On Sunday, high pressure will be in control with scattered cloud cover, tranquil conditions with low temperatures in the single digits over the interior, lower to mid-teens in the suburbs, mid to upper teens on the coast and in your urban areas, high temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s throughout the region. And on Monday, as a cold front approaches, look for low temperatures to range from the mid to upper 20s over the northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. The cold front will move through with a few rain, snow showers, nothing really too significant at this time, with high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 30s over the northern interior, lower to mid 40s along the coast, and then free falling back into the 20s right after the cold front passage. And then we watch out for maybe something else that could be a little bit more significant. But we got time before we start diving into that. For now, I'll keep an eye on that inverted trough potential. Not a widespread event, but where it does impact you, it could be a bit of a surprise. So one of those little surprises in winter that you sometimes have to keep an eye on. That is your forecast for today. Have a wonderful day. And as always, stay safe out there. Thank you for watching today's video. I really do appreciate it. But if you want to help the channel out even more, and myself, of course, you might want to check out Premium Consulting Membership, which provides amazing content and information that you get beyond the daily video that you see Monday through Friday. So what do you get? Well, you get updates every day in the Premium dashboard, starting with, of course, checking out the latest winter forecast or other seasonal forecasts throughout the year. Live coverage room where you can ask me questions live and I respond usually within a few minutes. Also, the latest holiday updates, how the weather will impact that upcoming holiday. If you are into landscaping or you work in landscaping, should I say, you will get the latest details on whether or not rainfall will be a threat and impact your job. And of course, there is all the other content. The zoomed in impact map, the severe threat analysis, long range thoughts, the premium consulting video, and also energy analysis, seasonal analysis, additional analysis when the storms get really tricky, winter storm overviews, and when the tropics gets really active, all of the updates, including the individual storms and the overview as well. And if you're a business owner, we also have a specific impact forecast for you guys as well, your own weather map. So let's take a look at the prices. Pretty fair. $15 a month gets you all this information. If you're looking for a little bit of a discount, you can also have a yearly at $150 and quarterly at $60. And also, for all of you business owners out there, you have the ability to get your own web page, your own consulting analysis based on what you need every day in the morning, updated Monday through Sunday without any delay. And of course, you can call me up as well and have that one-on-one consultation. So all this and more at NYNJPA Weather. Thank you as always for being a subscriber and watching the videos. But if you're looking for a little bit more, this would definitely be one of the ways to do so. So in the meantime, stay safe out there.